President Sisi congratulates Egyptians on Sinai Liberation Day. President Sisi reaffirms Egypt's stance on halting Gaza war and delivering aid. And Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas praises President Sisi's Sinai Liberation Day's remarks. These were the headlines. Now the news in detail. Marking Sinai Liberation Day, President Sisi has extended congratulations to the Egyptian people vying to defend the nation's sovereignty and resources. The president's message shared on official platforms emphasized continued efforts to build a strong and secure Egypt. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has reaffirmed Egypt's unwavering position on halting the war in Gaza and delivering humanitarian aid to its residents. Speaking on Sinai Liberation Day, the Egyptian leader stressed that lasting peace hinges on the establishment of an independent Palestinian state and adherence to international legitimacy. His Excellency President Sisi has further emphasized that Gaza's reconstruction must follow the Arab Islamic framework, rejecting any attempts to displacement and reaffirming Egypt's commitment to protecting both Palestinian rights and its own national security. President Sisi also underlined Egypt's historic role in defending the Palestinian cause against efforts to undermine it. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli has arrived in Kampala, Uganda, to head Egypt's delegation at an extraordinary summit of troop contributing countries to the African Union's support and stabilization mission in Somalia. Madbouli is set to deliver Egypt's address during the summit, which will feature a closed-door meeting of heads of states and governments, followed by a photo opportunity for delegation leaders. The agenda also includes a general session and the adaptation of the summit's final statement. The high-level gathering comes as part of the transition from the African Union Transition Mission in Somalia to the new African Union Support Mission in Somalia. Egypt's Foreign Minister Badr Abdulati held talks today with European Commissioner for the Mediterranean Dubravka Sousa on boosting cooperation between Egypt and the European Union. During the phone call, Minister Abdul Ati expressed hope for the timely disbursement of the second installment of the European Union's €4 billion financial package to Egypt. The Foreign Minister welcomed the European Parliament's approval on April 1st of this funding tranche, marking another step in the strategic partnership between Egypt and the bloc. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas has commended President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's remarks during Egypt's Sinai Liberation Anniversary celebrations. During his remarks, Abbas said that His Excellency President Sisi reaffirmed Egypt's firm position as a steadfast supporter of the Palestinian cause. President Abbas expressed appreciation for Egypt's stance, along with that of other Arab nations, in rejecting any attempts to undermine Palestinian rights. He emphasized the unified Arab position supporting the establishment of an independent Palestinian state with East Jerusalem as its capital, in line with international resolutions and the Arab Peace Initiative. Egypt's Minister of Higher Education, Ayman Ashur, has met with Kuwaiti counterpart Dr. Nader Al-Jilal to strengthen educational ties between the two nations. During their discussions, both ministers emphasized enhancing collaboration between the quality assurance authorities to elevate educational standards in both countries. The officials also reaffirmed their commitment to supporting students, both Kuwaiti scholars in Egypt and Egyptian students in Kuwait, ensuring their academic needs are met. Egypt's Petroleum Minister Karim Badawi met with International Energy Agency Executive Director Fatih Birol in London today. The discussions focused on strengthening global cooperation in oil and gas decarbonization projects. Both sides highlighted the need for greater knowledge sharing and joint initiative in this critical field. The meeting emphasized supporting sustainable energy solutions while ensuring a fair transition process that considers each nation's unique circumstances. Egypt's Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities made a strong showing at the WTM Latin America, the region's premier tourism trade fair held in Sao Paulo, Brazil. The Egyptian pavilion attracted substantial interests from travel professionals, demonstrating growing demand for Egypt as a key tourism destination in the Latin American market. The event featured specialized conferences, workshops, and network sessions designed to foster international cooperation and knowledge sharing within the tourism sector. Cairo Governor Ibrahim Sabr has welcomed a high-level delegation from China's tech hub Shenzhen to strengthen bilateral cooperation. The discussion focused on joint ventures in technology, renewable energy, and smart city development, along with exploring new investment opportunities in green economy initiatives. Governor Sabr highlighted Cairo's existing sister city with multiple Chinese cities, emphasizing their role in fostering economic and technological exchange. The International Prize for Arabic Fiction has awarded this year's top honor to Egyptian writer Mohammed Samir Nada for his novel Salat al-Qalaq, The Prayer of Agency. This year's competition saw strong contenders including finalists Suzanne Gamil Hassan, Rashid Adif, and Azhar Gigas. The winning marks another achievement for Egypt's literature on the international stage. The Ministry of Health and Population has reported a significant milestone in its women's health initiative, with more than 58 million visits recorded nationwide. Ministry spokesperson Hossam Abdel Ghaffar provided a detailed breakdown of 22 million first-time visits, 23 million follow-up visits, and 12 million casual consultation. This initiative continues to provide vital screening and awareness services to women across Egypt. The International Monetary Fund has upgraded Egypt's economic outlook, forecasting growth to accelerate to 3.8% in fiscal year 2025, a significant increase from this year's 2.4% projection. Jihad Azur, director of the IMF Middle East and Central Asia Department, said growth is expected to strengthen further to 4.3% in 2026. The IMF credits Egypt's economic resilience to its reform program expanded last March to help counter external shocks, including reduced revenues. Egypt's Minister of Local Development, Manal Awad, has revealed details of the Sinai Development Plan, coinciding with celebrations marking the 43 years since the peninsula's liberation. The government has allocated 875.5 million Egyptian pounds for development projects across North and South Sinai during the current fiscal year. Mr. Awad reported strong progress, with 67% of projects completed in North Sinai and 65% in South Sinai. Labour Minister Mohammed Jibran has announced significant support for Egypt's informal workforce. In April 2025 alone, over 3 million Egyptian pounds were distributed in social and health assistance to 1,837 registered workers. The breakdown shows 2.8 million pounds provided social support to 916 workers, while 273,249 pounds covered healthcare to 250 workers. Minister Gibran reaffirmed the government's commitment to protecting informal workers in line with President Sisi's directive to strengthen social safety nets. Trade between Egypt and Djibouti reached $122.4 million last year, according to the latest statistics. Egypt's exports to Djibouti were led by fertilizers at $62.3 million and flour at $8.6 million, while imports from Djibouti reached $13.8 million, primarily in live animals. On the investment front, Djiboutian investments in Egypt grew to $2.2 million, while Egyptian investments in Djibouti declined significantly to $670,000 from $21.4 million the previous year. And moving on to our sports segment, in a thrilling double-header of African football, Egypt's Al Ahly will take on South Africa's Sundowns at Cairo International Stadium tonight at 7 p.m. The Red Devils, under Swiss manager Marcel Koller, aim to secure their place in the Champions League final later at 9 p.m. Pyramids FC will host Orlando Pirates at Air Defense Stadium in their semi-final second leg clash. Both Egyptian clubs look to advance as they represent the nations in Africa's premier club competition. Egypt's U20 national team is set to launch their Africa Cup of Nations champion against South Africa this Sunday at Cairo International Stadium under the leadership of coach Osama Nabi. The young Pharaohs will take the pitch at 9 p.m. in this highly anticipated tournament opener. The competition, hosted by Egypt, will run from April 27th through May 18th, showcasing Africa's top young football talents. Sierra Leone's team have departed via Guinea to Egypt for the prestigious CAF U20 Africa Cup of Nations, led by administrative head Benjamin Jordan and NSA's Director of Operation Ali Cissé. The delegation is expected to land in Cairo in the early hours of Friday, ready to light up the continental stage. Sierra Leone's will kick off their African journey on April 27th against Zambia in a clash that promises fire, flair and full national spirit. FIFA has Zamalek due to outstanding dues owed to former players or coaches. The federation has included Wadi Digla Club in the list of clubs temporarily prohibited from registering new players through the registration suspension portal on its official website. While FIFA has not specified the duration of Zamalek's suspension, it confirmed the ban will remain in place until the club settled the case in question. And the Egyptian Meteorological Authority is forecasting warm weather today across Greater Cairo, the Nile Delta and South Sinai. Residents along the northern coasts can expect moderate conditions, while southern Upper Egypt will experience hot to very hot temperatures. Overnight, mild conditions will prevail with slightly chilly early mornings hours in most regions. Temperatures are also expected to dip slightly compared to Wednesday, maintaining overall atmospheric stability. Light morning showers are possible along the northwestern coast, including Alexandria and Matruh, as well as some delta governorates. However, Cairo and inland areas will remain dry. Well, that brings us to the end of our news bulletin. Here we go. President Sisi congratulates Egyptians on Sinai Liberation Day. President Sisi reaffirms Egypt's stance on halting Gaza war and delivering aid. And Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas praises President Sisi's Sinai Liberation remarks. That's all for now. Remember to stay updated by following Qnews for the latest developments. Many thanks for watching.